Retired Air Force General Thomas McInerney is now speaking out about the corrupt software used in Hammer and Scorecard by Dominion in the U.S. 2020 election. This is a very highly decorated United States general. His record speaks for itself. He has been involved in some controversy in the past, primarily with McCain and Obama, but I believe that when any former or present U.S. general is raising the alarms about anything, it is important to listen.
People must understand that this software was used to overturn the 2020 election. The first time in the United States' history that massive amounts of cyber warfare have been used.
So clearly he's stating that this has been cyber warfare, that this is being used. And remember, this is a U.S. general, former U.S. general, who is stating verbatim that this software is being used as a cyber attack on the United States of America, its people, its elections, and its future.
Hammer is a surveillance software developed by the CIA. The programmer was Dennis Montgomery. He developed this in 2003 to go after radical Islamists. Scorecard is a program that was developed for CIA that manipulates voting booths.
So he's first talking about Hammer being developed by Dennis Montgomery. And by the way, Dennis Montgomery has become a whistleblower on that software that he created. And now, of course, he's listed as somebody who can't be trusted, because anyone who comes out, including Thomas McInerney, once you come out, it doesn't matter who you are. You could have been a president, a general, a developer. It doesn't matter. Once you start becoming a whistleblower to the system that's been set up, you're immediately ostracized, called a hoaxer, and all the other stuff. And so has Dennis Montgomery. This Hammer software was created to basically spy on terrorists. And so it has facial recognition. It is supposed to be highly illegal to use software like this on American citizens. But when it was developed, it was deemed okay to be used overseas to combat terrorism. Scorecard is another piece of software also developed by the CIA, but in this case, it was designed to rig foreign elections. So it was a system by which the United States could change the outcomes so individuals who would be favorable towards U.S. policies would be put in places of power. However, according to Thomas McInerney, both of these pieces of software, which were designed to be used abroad during the Obama administration, have been shifted to be used on the United States during elections and the citizens of the United States.
Well, that was done by the Obama administration 2 weeks after Obama came in 2009, February 3rd to be exact, moved it out of CIA into a secret SCIF in Fort Washington, Maryland. And then they started listing on U.S. citizens to include chief justices, prominent Americans, politicians, etc. When that happened, Dennis Montgomery, who invented the programs, became a whistleblower.
What I like about former General Thomas McInerney's statements is that they can be checked. All of this stuff can be verified. Now, of course, I do believe in this situation that the FBI and the CIA are also corrupt. The reason I can say that is because there is enough information coming out right now that at minimum, an investigation is warranted, even if you don't believe that something happened. I mean, think about it in the real world. If something serious was claimed to have occurred, it is important for any reputable, reasonable, and legit organization to look into that thing, even if they believe it's completely made up. However, in the case where we have hundreds of signed affidavits, observable malfunctions in the election results, thousands of ballots that were not counted, it warrants at minimum an investigation, even if the CIA and the FBI believe that there's nothing to be had from it. But instead, at every step, they say the same thing: hoax. Well, we saw a malfunction. Hoax. There's over 200 affidavits. Hoax. We found 2,500. Hoax. We just found 2,700. Hoax. Poll watchers were being denied. Hoax. That doesn't sound reputable to me. I don't care what the organization is. I work for a school. If the school became known aware of something that might have occurred, if they just came out and said hoax, then they would be completely delegitimized. But right now, the CIA and the FBI are saying the same thing in the situation where we actually have evidence. Even if we didn't have evidence, They should at least look into it, but they're not. It tells me they're already on the in. They already know about it, and they're already in the mix. And the problem here is that we can go back and verify what former General Thomas McInerney is saying, but who's going to do it? The corrupt FBI and CIA? They're not even willing to investigate anything right now, and I think that they won't be willing to investigate this either. What are they going to say? Hoax. Again, they're going to go to their same old statement because they already know what's going on.
We should be demanding from the president to expose these numbers publicly. You see news networks like Fox that are ignoring it. All the mainstream media, they flipped on us. They do not want to hear it. They won't let people like me on, and they don't want to hear anybody mention it. They discount it completely. But we know it's true because we watched it.
I'd like to say again that this is a former general of the United States of America, and he is raising an alarm. No matter what you think of this individual, even his past controversies with McCain and Obama, if a former general is saying that these software systems, Hammer and Scorecard, were designed by the CIA to be used overseas for terrorists and to rig elections, but now these software systems have been turned towards the United States by the Obama administration to spy on individuals and rig the United States' own election, it should at minimum be looked into. And that's all I'm saying. Somebody could look at me and say, Vin, you're just a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm just saying, isn't it warranted that the FBI or CIA should at minimum look into it? Doesn't that seem reasonable to anyone? But that's not happening. And because that's not happening, and they're immediately saying that all of this is just a hoax, it should raise a red flag with everyone that something is wrong, because it's not a right reaction from any organization when you have these red flags going up and a number of individuals saying that something is not right here. More information continues to come out every day that shows the corruption and fraud that occurred. We know that 2,600 votes were found in Georgia, and then 2,700 votes were found in Georgia. We have multiple videos of poll watchers who were wrongfully turned away, especially in the cities of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh, when they were supposed to be watching what was going on. We have hundreds of signed affidavits. We now even have officials in Wayne County is saying that they will not confirm the election results there. And then they flipped on that, but now they're flipping back and they want an audit to occur. I will tell you right now, do I believe that any real audit is going to occur in Wayne County? I highly doubt it, because I believe they know that the ballots are not there. So let's see if an audit is actually done, but it looks like they don't even want to verify the election results there. And of course, these are Republicans who are voicing this concern. But once again, when you have the concern voiced by individuals in these places, doesn't it at least warrant an investigation? And we get none. The only thing we get is a president who is footing the bill on his own with a team of legal advisors doing their best to try and unearth all of this stuff. And even with just that, we are finding out so much information that points to a bigger problem. Anyone with an open mind should be able to see exactly what's going on here.